taken place over the last 2 hours, and an encounter that in fact broke out between the UPSTF and the two accused in the Bahraich violence case. Remember, this is the case that came to light on last Sunday when a 22-year-old youth was shot dead during a Durga Puja immersion procession. And in the latest, we're learning that the police have confirmed that 2 people have sustained injuries who've been taken to the hospital. This after they opened fire at the police that went to Nanpara area for the recovery of the murder weapon. This is when, in self-defense, the police were forced to take aim at these 2 accused who've sustained injuries. Currently undergoing treatment. The police also confirming that in the latest 5 accused have been arrested. 6th accused is currently at large. But this is the big story coming in from Uttar Pradesh as we speak. The police also making it amply clear that the accused were attempting to flee to Nepal when this encounter took place. Several big reactions coming in on the story at the moment. Listen in.
आंकड़ों में और प्रदेशों से अच्छा होता। जीरो टॉलरेंस का नारा देने वाले उन्हें खुद अपने आप पर सोचना चाहिए। ये एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव फेलियर था, सरकार का फेलियर था कि जब वहाँ पर तय था, पुलिस की जानकारी में था, तो आखिरकार आपने शांतिपूर्ण ढंग से क्यों नहीं प्रोसेशन को ले जाने दिया या उस कार्यक्रम को संपन्न क्यों नहीं करा पाए। जो लोग एक शांतिपूर्ण तरीके से एक कस्बे, गांव का या आसपास के लोगों का कार्यक्रम शांतिपूर्ण से संपन्न नहीं करा पा रहे हैं, उनसे लॉ ऑर्डर की क्या उम्मीद करेंगे आप। और फिर ये इनकाउंटर, हाफ इनकाउंटर, ये डराने के लिए हैं। आप मुझसे ना नाम बताते ना कुछ बताते, तब भी मैं कह सकता था कि इनकाउंटर किसका किया इन्होंने। इनकाउंटर करना और नफरत को बढ़ावा देना, ये सरकार को नया तरीका मिल गया है काम करने का। ये अपनी सब नाकामी छिपा रहे हैं। याद कीजिए, उससे पहले दुनिया में कहीं ऐसा होता हो कि जब पहले इनकाउंटर पे सवाल उठाओ मंगेश पर, तो सरकार कहती है क्योंकि हमें बैलेंस करना है तो उसमें क्षत्रिय को भी मार दिया। तो ये कहाँ का लॉ एंड ऑर्डर है, कहाँ की ये व्यवस्था है जहां पर आप बैलेंस करने के लिए किसी की जान ले रहे हैं। और सरकार अपनी नाकामी छिपाने के लिए खासकर इस तरह के इनकाउंटर कर रही है। जो घटना हुई दुखद हुई, जो घटना हुई दुखद थी, और ऐसी घटना समाज में न हो। जो वहां पर फेलियर था, हमारे साथी ये पूछ रहे हैं कि आप क्या करते या क्या परिवार से मिलेंगे। जो दुखी परिवार होगा उसको न्याय दिलाने के लिए हम लोग काम करेंगे। लेकिन सवाल ये वही खड़ा हो जाता है कि सरकार की नज़र में भेदभाव नहीं होना चाहिए। सरकार, जो अंग्रेज़ों ने कभी नारा दिया था डिवाइड एंड रूल, सरकार उसी पे काम कर रही है, डिवाइड एंड रूल। ये आम लोग जानते हैं, आम लोग ये बात जानते हैं। और आप तो पत्रकार लोग हैं, बुद्धिजीवी हैं, और पड़ोसी जिले का मामला है। आप मुझसे बेहतर जानते होंगे कि ये घटना हुई नहीं है, घटना कराई गई है। और कराई गई के लिए दोषी कौन होगा? अगर जान गई है किसी की भी, हम दुख में शामिल हो सकते हैं, मुख्यमंत्री जी मिल सकते हैं, लेकिन कराई किसने है, इस पे आप लोग बेहतर जानते होंगे। यहाँ एक कोई पत्रकार ऐसा नहीं है जो न जानता हो कि ये घटना रोकी जा सकती थी। किसी की जान नहीं जाती। अगर जान गई है, हम दुख बांटने से ज्यादा, जो आज सरकार भी दुख बांट रही है, सरकार को इस बात पे दुख करना चाहिए था कि घटना क्यों हो गई, होनी नहीं चाहिए थी।
सर, सरफराज की बहन का कहना ये है कि कल पुलिस ने गिरफ्तार किया था और आज एनकाउंटर दिखाया, कल गिरफ्तार।
ये उत्तर प्रदेश की पुलिस को बिगाड़ दिया है। उत्तर प्रदेश की पुलिस को बेहतर करने के लिए डायल 100 से लेकर के और सुविधाएं दी। कई कार्यालय इन पुलिस के पास नहीं थे, वो कार्यालय दिए। कई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के काम किए सरकार ने। लेकिन जो पुलिस का तरीका हो गया है, जब कभी भी जांच होगी, बहुत से दोषी लोगों के खिलाफ कार्रवाई होगी, जेल भी जाएंगे। और आपको तो वो दिन भी याद होगा जिस समय अखबार में निकला था, इसी प्रदेश के इसी सरकार के सबसे पहले डीजीपी उन्होंने कहा कि ये पुलिस जो आज इनकाउंटर कर रही है, कल इनके साथ कोई खड़ा नहीं दिखाई देगा। जो इनकी सरकार के पहले डीजीपी हों, वो इन पर सवाल खड़ा कर रहे हों कि ये जितने भी इनकाउंटर हो रहे हैं, इनकाउंटर नहीं है, ये हत्या हो रही है। इसीलिए उन्होंने कहा कि जो लोग ये हत्याएं कर रहे हैं, एक दिन ऐसा आएगा जब इनके साथ कोई खड़ा नहीं होगा। और मुझे सुनने में यहाँ तक आया है, आप बेहतर बताना इस बात को, कि जिस व्यक्ति ने पहला वीडियो वायरल किया उस प्रोसेशन का, उस पत्रकार के हाथ या पैर में बहुत चोटें आई हैं। उसमें बीजेपी के लोगों ने उसे बहुत मारा है। अगर बीजेपी के लोग पत्रकार को मार रहे हैं या बीजेपी के लोग पत्रकार को जेल भिजवा रहे झूठे मुकदमे में, तो समझिए क्या छिपा रहे हैं, कुछ तो छिपा रहे हैं ना।
5 लोगों की गिरफ्तारी हुई है, 5 लोगों की, उनमें से 2 को पुलिस की गोली से इंजरी हुई है। ठीक है, अभी उनका हालत देख लें। एक का नाम है मोहम्मद सरफराज, एक का नाम है मोहम्मद ताली।
कहाँ पर ये एनकाउंटर हुआ मैम?
नानपारा क्षेत्र।
कहाँ पर?
नानपारा
भागने की कोशिश कर रहे थे मैम। नेपाल का क्या कनेक्शन है?
उसके नजदीक।
आपको अभी क्या खबर है? हमारी अभी बात अमिताभ यश जी के साथ भी हुआ था, उन्होंने कंफर्म करा है कि 5 लोगों का अरेस्ट हो गया है, 2 लोगों को पैरों में गोली मारी गई है। कैन यू कंफर्म दिस टू अस?
जी मैडम, जी मैडम,
जी बताइए।
5 अरेस्टेड हैं जी मैडम, 5 अरेस्ट हैं, उसमें 5 में से 2 लोग इंजर्ड हैं, उनको जिला चिकित्सालय भेजा गया है।
कितने लोगों को अरेस्ट किया गया है?
5 कस्टडी में है।
So 5 people have been arrested. उनको अच्छा, और उन 5 में से किनको गोली लगी है?
2 हैं, 2 अभियुक्त हैं, जो मेन अभियुक्त हैं 2, और वो उनको पैरों में गोली लगी।
तो उनको पैरों में गोली लगी है, वो 2 भी अभी उनको ट्रीटमेंट मिल रहा है, उनको हॉस्पिटल लेकर गए हैं, क्या वो कस्टडी में है?
हॉस्पिटल लेके गए हैं और जिला चिकित्सालय में हॉस्पिटल में उनको ले जाया गया है।
उनके नाम आप कंफर्म कर सकते हैं जिनको गोली लगी है?
2 उनके लड़के हैं, रिंकू और सरफराज हैं, फहीम।
All right, Tripathi ji. So that's the additional superintendent of police in Bahraich who has confirmed to CNN News 18 that 5 have been arrested. They are in police custody. Out of the 5 accused, 2 of them in fact were shot at by the police in their legs. They are receiving treatment right now.
I want to go across to Manmohan Rai from News 18 UP, joining us with more details. Manmohan, tell us a little bit about what you're picking up from ground zero. It's a developing situation. The last 2 hours, we've seen a lot transpire as far as the STF investigation is concerned in the state. But allegations being leveled now from all ends. Opposition speaking in one voice, saying that this is an attempt by the UP police to hide its failure, calling it a half encounter.
Yes, politics has started over the event, the half encounter, whatever happened in Bahraich today, and now Samajwadi Party has especially been very fiercely opposing such encounters. They've raised questions of human rights, selective encounters being executed, encounters being executed on caste and religious lines. This is what Akhilesh Yadav, the Samajwadi Party, has been alleging for a long time now. And again today Akhilesh Yadav in Barabanki said that this encounter is fake and selective targeting has happened. And he's also said that the police has gone out of hand, and the way the police is acting is questionable. And he has also cited instances of former DGPs questioning the conduct of UP police and how it has gone out of hand.
Okay, Manmohan, also tell us a little bit about the merits in this case, because these are very serious allegations once again being levelled against UP STF, because the SP Bahraich has also come out to give a reaction to the media and says that it is when we were going to Nanpara for recovery of weapons, when we were given some sort of tip-off, we were acting on, is when we came under attack, and in self-defense we were forced to open fire at the accused. Tell us a little bit about the defense that's being put up by the police as opposed to the allegations.
Yeah, the police has said, first of all, this is an operation of the Bahraich police, not the STF. STF is obviously involved in the overall investigation, and nabbing the criminals. But this current encounter, half encounter, the arrest of 5 people today, this is largely a Bahraich police operation. And the SSP of Bahraich, Vrinda Shukla, has also given a bite narrating the entire incident. Their claim is that, they were on the hunt of these main accused and they were fleeing to Nepal. And somewhere in Nanpara, they encountered this group of 5 people and they nabbed them. And then 2 of them were taken to recover the weapons which were used for killing Mishra on the day of Durga Visarjan. So once they took the 2 people for recovering the weapons that were used for murdering Mishra, so these 2 people used those very weapons to fire on the police, and the police counter-attacked, and these 2 people got hurt in the leg. They were injured in the leg, and they are now in the hospital where the bullets are being operated upon. So that is the claim of the police. Obviously, the opposition is saying that they were picked up from their homes and they were not fleeing. The sister of the one of the accused also claimed that they were picked up from the home and they were not absconding and they were not running away. They are also claiming that they were not involved in the rioting or the murder of Mishra. So
But
these are claims and counterclaims.
Were they in hiding here from where the STF in fact picked them up?
So they were missing from the villages. That is a fact. They were missing from the villages, their homes. That is a fact. But how the encounter happened, whether it is a genuine thing or not. So this will come out after a magisterial inquiry. Every encounter which takes place, even if it gets under controversy or no controversy, every encounter is followed by a magisterial inquiry where it is expected that the facts are laid down and it's a transparent report of what happened. It is a third party, a magistrate, who does the inquiry. So that will come out, the facts will come out only then. But right now it is all politics and there are claims and counterclaims. The Bahraich police claim, I have already told you what the SSP has claimed and how it happened today. And the allegations of the Samajwadi Party and the Congress are already there in the open.
Oh yes, Manmohan, many thanks for putting that in perspective. We'll come back to you in just a bit. As you spoke of the several reactions coming in both from the Samajwadi Party and the Congress, let's quickly listen into how they continue to raise questions with the UP STF, saying that since they failed in their duty to secure the law and order situation on the day when the Durga idol immersion procession was taking place, they've been resorted to do a face saver, attempt a face saver by going ahead with this quote-unquote half encounter. Listen in.
ये पहले से फर्जी इनकाउंटर करा रही है, चाहे वो मंगेश यादव का हो, अजीत प्रताप सिंह का हो, चाहे ये बहराइच, ये केवल और केवल अपने फेलिवर को, अपनी कमियों को छिपाने के लिए की। जो भी मैं कहता हूँ, क्या कैसे उखड़े, पूरी सरकार फेल है, सरकार ने कोई इंतजाम नहीं किया और सरकार केवल और केवल दंगा कराना और फर्जी इनकाउंटर कराना।
बहराइच में जो हिंसा, आगजनी और लूटपाट की घटनाएं हुई हैं, उसके लिए पुलिस प्रशासन और सरकार का पूरा फेल्योर था और उसके बाद कई घंटे तक बहराइच में आगजनी होती रही। वहां पुलिस नहीं पहुंची, प्रशासन नहीं पहुंचा और वहां दंगा भड़क गया, कस करके वहां पर आग लगी और उसके बाद अब पुलिस ने कहा है कि 2 काउंटर किए हैं। तो दोषी इसमें पूर्ण रूप से वहां की पुलिस प्रशासन है।
आरोपियों का एनकाउंटर कर दिया है पुलिस ने, पैर में उनके गोली लगी है, तालिब और सरफराज ने।
देखिए, पूरे प्रदेश के अंदर में इस प्रकार से रोज एनकाउंटर हो रहे हैं। क्या उस एनकाउंटर के पीछे कोई ठोस ऐसा सबूत है? क्योंकि मुझे उसकी जानकारी नहीं है, तो उस पर कोई भी वक्तव्य करना ठीक नहीं होगा। लेकिन बहराइच में जिस प्रकार से कोहराम और बहराइच जल रहा है, लोगों के घर लूटे जा रहे हैं, माताएं बहनें असुरक्षित महसूस कर रही हैं, प्रशासन की ये नैतिक जिम्मेदारी है कि वहां पर अपराधियों पर सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई करें और वहां पर शांति स्थापित करें।
उनका भी तो होना चाहिए, जिन्होंने दंगाइयों ने भीड़ ने सारी दुकानें जलाकर के खाक कर दी। जी, दंगाई तो दंगाई है। दंगाई को आप किसी धर्म के साथ क्यों जोड़ते हो? जिन्होंने दुकानें जला करके खाक कर दी, पूरी मार्केट जला दी और घरों में घुस करके औरतों के साथ बदतमीजी की, उनका भी इलाज करना चाहिए।
I want to go across to my colleague Anshul joining us with more details. Anshul, we've been tracking the latest coming in, both on part of the police, the Uttar Pradesh STF, that have their own version to put out. But the kind of politics that continues to be witnessed over the same is also escalating by the hour. Both the Congress and the Samajwadi Party gunning for the UP government, saying they were not able to contain the law and order situation on the day the 22-year-old was shot dead, and hence this is just an attempt to save the government, an attempt to basically ensure that they can show that they're doing something on ground. But tell us a little bit about what's going on in Uttar Pradesh and the condition of the two accused who've been shot at, more importantly.
Well, definitely this was something on the expected lines, because yes, questions will have to be answered from the side of the Uttar Pradesh administration about the manner in which this entire incident happened in Bahraich on the day of Dussehra. This is something that will have to be answered, but what UP administration is telling us at this point in time, that their initial focus was to actually make sure that the rule of law and order actually returns to Bahraich, and that was done the very next day, where senior officers of the Uttar Pradesh police were actually sent on the ground, and the situation slowly got under control. And then the next priority was to actually make sure the accused who has been identified, they are arrested. So we have been told that out of the six accused identified by Uttar Pradesh police, 5 of them have now been arrested. 2 of them have been arrested after an encounter, is what we are being told. And but definitely there is a lot that will be needed to be answered from the side of the Uttar Pradesh administration. When will that happen? That is something that remains to be seen. The 6th accused is still at large. And now what Uttar Pradesh administration is telling us, that their now focus is now to make sure that the trust deficit that has happened between the two communities after the incident, because yes, there is a lot of anger after the manner in which the initial stages when the riots had broken out, and post that when the victim was actually killed in his residence by a mob that had attacked over there. So definitely there is a massive trust deficit that has been built between the two communities. Now the focus of the administration will be to make sure to restore confidence amongst both these communities in that area, and also to make sure that the 6 identified accused is actually arrested, and along with him, the other people who were a part of that mob, that the process of identification is still underway. Once they are identified, they will also be arrested in the near future. So the Uttar Pradesh police is still assuring that more arrests will happen in this entire matter. But yes, it remains to be seen how will the Uttar Pradesh government actually answer about the manner in which there was a lack of security that was present on ground zero when this entire incident happened, and also how there was an intelligence failure as well, because if at all this was a planned attack that had taken place, this was a massive intelligence failure as well. So definitely all these things will be answered from the side of the Uttar Pradesh police and the Uttar Pradesh administration. But at this point, their main focus was to initially restore the rule of law, and then eventually make sure that all the accused are arrested. And then eventually we will very soon get an answer as to why these laxities were shown initially, due to which this entire incident took place.
Moreover, the opposition asking, Anshul, given that Maharajganj is a Muslim-dominated area, given that Durga idol immersion procession was going through this particular area, questions being asked on as to why adequate security arrangements were not in place back then. But tell us a little bit about what really transpired the last 2 hours, when this news first came in, the manner in which the STF has also come out to say that we were going to actually recover the murder weapon in this case, and in self-defense, when we were attacked by 2 of the 6 accused, is when we went ahead with retaliatory firing. So tell us a little bit about the entire sequence of events for viewers just tuning in.
Well, definitely this was initially the reports that we were picking up, is that how there were inputs that were received by the Uttar Pradesh police. But eventually what came on record from the side of the UP police is that they had already arrested all these 5 accused, and they were being taken to the location where they had allegedly hidden the weapons that were used in the commission of crime. So as soon as they reached over there, the weapons were loaded, and the accused who were arrested, they actually tried to attack the police and get away from the spot. It is during that period that this encounter allegedly happened, and the accused was shot.
Speaking of the sequence of events, Anshul, let's play out this reaction, because this does put in perspective a lot of things with regards to what the police is trying to convey to those raising questions on how this is perhaps an half encounter and extrajudicial action. Let's talk about the latest comment that's coming from the Uttar Pradesh DGP, Prashant Kumar, who has responded to the entire episode. He says when the police were taking the 5 arrested accused for weapons recovery near the India-Nepal border, the 2 accused tried to run away, and when they attempted, so shots were fired. It is during this that Sarfaraz and Muhammad Talib were injured. The other 3 were arrested. Total 5 accused have been arrested. Big comment coming in from UP DGP. Let me go across to Anshul once again. Anshul, this does put things in perspective, the manner in which the police were forced to, as per their version, fire at 2 of the 5 accused. But tell us a little bit about what they're speaking of with regards to the 6th accused as well, who at the moment is at large, if I'm not wrong.
Well, yes, most of these accused actually had previous involvement in cases as well, and now the police also suspect that these accused could have some sort of basis in Nepal as well, because if we speak about the geography of Bahraich, it is right next to the Nepal border, and that entire border is very, very porous. We out here at CNN News 18 have also reported from ground as how there has been a massive influx of immigrants in that entire area, due to which the demography has changed over the last few years. So definitely Bahraich becomes a very, very crucial point for India's security as well, and definitely these kind of incidents that have transpired in Bahraich, this is a big cause of concern. And now the DGP of Uttar Pradesh, the police boss, has now also confirmed the police side of the story. This entire sequence of events that is being told from the side of the police, this will also be investigated as well as it is the judicial procedure that happens.
But Anshul, has the UP DGP also confirmed the fact that we had heard of so far, that when the 5 accused were arrested, when they were being taken away, A, they attempted to flee, B, they also attempted to fire at the police personnel using the weapon, the murder weapon, which was fully loaded. Has that also been confirmed?
Well, yes, this is something that was confirmed from the SP of Bahraich. She, in fact, on record and confirmed that when the police officials took them to the location, they had allegedly hidden the weapons that were used in the commission of this entire crime. The accused took that weapon, and that weapon was already loaded, and they actually tried to fire to the police officers. And it is during this period that this entire encounter happened, where the police eventually went ahead and actually shot at the accused, and both these accused were shot at on their legs. So this is something that is being said from the side of the Uttar Pradesh police, but as the legal procedure includes an inquiry into this entire matter, that will also be done. But we have seen over the past many years that encounters that are being done by the Uttar Pradesh police, yes, initially the questions are raised, but after the inquiry that is conducted, generally all these encounters turn out to be actually real encounters that has happened. So definitely the track record of Uttar Pradesh police when it comes to carrying out encounters to nab an accused is something that has been of top notch, and this and remains to be seen what will eventually come out after the inquiry this time around. But definitely this is a big success that the UP police has been able to achieve. In fact, it is the local Bahraich police that has been able to nab down all these 5 accused from Bahraich itself within 72 hours from the time the incident had happened. So definitely a big success for the UP police. But yes, on the same hand, there is a lot that needs to be done in this entire matter.
Oh yes, and this success, Anshul, comes with a lot of questions that are currently being raised by those in the opposition. But many thanks for joining us with the latest. It's a developing situation we're tracking very closely. A quick break for now. We'll be right back. Well, as the India-Canada ties continue to take a serious hit, Charanjit Singh Channi of the Congress has now made a statement
and said, and I'm going to quote him here, that India and Canada enjoy very good relations. People from Punjab are living in Canada in a very large number. We enjoy good people-to-people ties also, so we should not spoil the relationship with Canada. Our government should take steps to improve the bilateral ties. Agencies are involved in the rise of gangsters. In fact, he has touched upon the murder of Sidhu Moosewala and has went on to say that the murder of Sidhu Moosewala was completely political. We'll bring you more details with regards to the word and suggestion coming in from Indian National Congress and former Chief Minister of the state, Charanjit Singh Channi. But at this point of time, he has made some serious statements. He has said that India and Canada do enjoy very good relations, and a large number of people, the Indian community, do reside in Canada, specifically from Punjab. So we should go on and solve the issue at first, because we enjoy good people-to-people ties with Canada. We should not spoil the relationship going on with the Canada. Our government should also take steps to improve the bilateral ties between the two nations. In fact, he has said that agencies are involved in the rise of gangsters, and the murder of Sidhu Moosewala is completely political. Let's listen into what exactly, Congress's member Charanjit Singh
ਸਾਡਾ 9 ਮਾਸ ਦਾ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਸਾਡਾ ਹਰ ਦੂਸਰਾ ਚੌਥਾ ਘਰ ਸਾਡਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਕੁੜੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੈ। ਸਾਡੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈ, ਸਾਡਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਖਰਾਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ। ਸਾਡੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਧਾਰੇ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਲੋਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੱਜ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹੈ।
ਇੱਕ ਗੈਂਗਸਟਰ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ?
ਗੈਂਗਸਟਰ ਫਿਰ ਪੈਦਾ ਕੌਣ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ? ਇਹ ਨਾ ਪੈਦਾ ਕਰਨ। ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਬਿੱਲੀ ਥੈਲੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਏਜੰਸੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਇਨਵੋਲਵਮੈਂਟ ਹੈ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੂਸੇਵਾਲ ਦਾ ਕਤਲ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਰਾਜਨੀਤਿਕ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਹੋਰ ਅੱਗੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਸਮਝ ਆ।
CNN News 18 senior editor Pallavi Ghosh is joining us on the phone line. Pallavi, a very good morning to you. This is a very serious statement that Charanjit Singh Channi has made. First of all, he has also said that, Sidhu Moosewala's murder was extremely political, and you will get to know about it later in the days to come, of course. And he has spoken about how maximum number of Punjabi people are residing there in Canada. So Indian government should solve the issue at first.
Well, he's of course speaking from his constituency of Punjab. I mean, he's of course a member of parliament out there, and he's been chief minister of the state. See, not just lots of Sikhs who are settled in Canada, likewise a lot of money comes into Punjab by way of earnings of Indians who have settled down in Canada. If you go through Punjab, you will notice actually almost every third to fourth house has one person who's an NRI settled in Canada. So the contribution of the earnings of the state also comes in from a large number of Sikhs settled in Canada, and that is the reason why he's voicing this concern that if India-Canada relations and trade ties and employment gets further derailed, it's going to start hurting the people of Punjab, and especially those young people who may have settled in Canada to make their earning. And that's the stand which he has taken, very much in sync with that of the Congress party largely, but this is precisely the point which is likely to stoke a lot of controversy. India has taken a tough stand against Canada, saying that they are needlessly blaming India and also meddling in our internal affairs. When a member of parliament stands up and says that we need to improve relationships with Canada, it of course throws up a lot of contradictions. It also throws up a lot of controversy, where the BJP is certainly going to ask this question, is that where are your loyalties lying? Is it with India or is it with Canada?
And since you have spoken about contradiction, Pallavi, please stay on with us. We have another statement coming in, this time around from Jairam Ramesh of Congress. He has also made a statement. He posted on his social media profile X, and I'm going to quote a couple of lines from that tweet here, that the Indian National Congress has already asked the Prime Minister to take the leaders of opposition in both the houses of Parliament and other political leaders into confidence on the serious charges levelled against the government of India by the USA and Canada. Allegations made by Canada are tarnishing India's global reputation and damaging brand India. Pallavi continues to stay on with us on the broadcast. Pallavi, we heard from Charanjit Singh Channi. He is asking to sit down and have a talk with Canada, but at the same time,
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned to CNN News 18. Let's talk about the big revelation, the first of its kind, which has been made by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in the wake of escalating diplomatic tensions between India and Canada. For the first time, Justin Trudeau on record has admitted to the fact that there was no concrete evidence in the first place in possession of Canada when it leveled allegations against India of a possible involvement of Indian agents in the killing of Nijjar. So that's one big revelation that's now being made by Justin Trudeau. He of course says that that was all based on pure intelligence and the feedback from the Five Eyes allies. That's Justin Trudeau in the latest coming out with this big comment. Now remember, we've seen several versions being put out by the Ministry of External Affairs as well, while outrightly denying all of these allegations. But this marks an interesting turn of events as far as diplomatic relationship between India and Canada is concerned, because India for the longest time has been saying the very same, that so far Canada has failed to prove a single shred of evidence as far as these serious allegations go. Listen in for yourself.
Over the past number of weeks, Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
We chose to continue to work behind the scenes to try and get India to cooperate with us. Their asks of us was, well, how much do you know? Give us the evidence you have on this. And our response was, well, it's within your security agencies. You should be looking into how much they know. You should be engaging. It's, oh, no, tell us what you know. Show us the evidence. And at that point, it was primarily intelligence, not hard evidentiary proof. So we said, well, let's work together and look into your security services, and maybe we can get that done. No, we're not doing that.
I have heard concerns from Hindus across Canada regarding recent developments. As a Hindu member of Parliament, I too have experienced these concerns firsthand. Last week, I could safely participate in a Hindu event in Edmonton only under the protection of RCMP officers, as a group of Khalistani protesters staged a disruptive demonstration against me.
We also see there is a pattern. The pattern is motivated by political considerations on the part of the Canadian Trudeau government, and there is also, as we have said, is a clear pattern to smear India for reasons best known to them. प्रत्यर्पण को लेके मैंने बताया जैसे कि 26 एक्स्ट्रेडिशन केसेस पेंडिंग हैं. उन 26 के अलावे प्रोविजनल अरेस्ट की इंफॉर्मेशन जो हम लोग म्यूचुअल लीगल असिस्टेंस ट्रीटी के तहत मांगते हैं, उसमें भी कई एक सारे मामले वहाँ पर कनाडा में पेंडिंग हैं. और जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि 5 लोग, अपराधी लोग जो जिनके खिलाफ हम लोगों ने मांगा है, भगौड़े हैं, मांगा है कि इनका एक्स्ट्रेडिशन होना चाहिए, प्रत्यर्पण होना चाहिए. उनका नाम मैंने लिया आपके लिए: गुरजीत सिंह, गुरजिंदर सिंह, गुरप्रीत सिंह, लखबीर सिंह लंडा और अर्शदीप सिंह गिल. इसमें से वो भी लोग हैं जो ये जो गैंग्स हैं, लॉरेंस बिश्नोई गैंग हो अथवा कोई और गैंग है, उसके भी मेंबर्स इसमें शामिल हैं.
And now shifting our attention to more breaking news coming in. This is a CNN News 18 mega exclusive. As per top sources in the intelligence, we're learning of the larger plan in place on part of Justin Trudeau while making these wild allegations against India. Now remember, Hardeep Singh Nijjar was killed in Surrey last year. He was a top Khalistan Tiger Force commando, key to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's campaign to sustain his Sikh support in his home country. And now, according to intelligence sources, Trudeau started the Khalistan narrative well in time for the elections next year, and Nijjar's profile is ideal to keep the pot boiling. I want to go across to my colleague Akanksha Swaroop, who joins me in the studio in the newsroom. Akanksha, if we join the dots, the picture becomes extremely clear. What stopped Justin Trudeau from providing security to Nijjar? That's one question that we ask in intelligence, of course. Intelligence sources, of course, looking at that angle. And now Do we come across the fact that perhaps this was an attempt on part of Justin Trudeau to ensure that he can gain Sikh sympathy by ensuring that these kind of terrorists come under attack and nothing really is done about it?
Absolutely, and also, as you rightly mentioned, that they wanted to keep that entire Khalistani pot boiling, because remember, here's a person who's been most wanted by the NIA, the National Investigation Agency in India. At the same time, we also know that not only is he branded as a terrorist in India, the fact of the matter is that there's a red corner notice issued against him by the Interpol. And when you talk about the RCN or the red corner notice, any country in which the terrorist is or giving them a safe haven is bound to arrest them once that red corner notice is issued. And remember, not only was that RCN issued by the Interpol back in November of 2014, in fact soon after, Nijjar was also given citizenship by Canada in the year 2015, something that Mark Miller, who is the immigration minister of Canada, had earlier denied. He said that no, Nijjar was given citizenship back in the year 2008. In fact, he backtracked. He said that he initially had said that Nijjar was given Canadian citizenship in the year 2015. This after the Interpol notice that had been issued. Not to forget the fact that the number of cases that have been slapped against him by the NIA. He's somebody, remember, who's known to be heading the STF, and this is a terror module that was also operating in Punjab. He's known to be somebody who was also training the youth how to handle arms, especially in Surrey. He was running an entire training camp. He trained them to, in fact, kill an RSS leader also. He was operating in cahoots with several gangsters in Canada who are most wanted in India and by the NIA. So, in fact, to be giving a deaf ear to the NIA dossier, that in itself is raising questions in terms of why was Justin Trudeau doing so. Not to forget the fact quickly that he hails from British Columbia, which is also going through elections right now.
Absolutely, and explains why the Trudeau administration was sitting silently on these issues and the threats that elements such as Nijjar continued to pose, not just for Canada but also India. Many thanks, Akanksha, for that. We need to quickly shift our attention to a very important visual that's just come in. Remember, the last 2 hours we've been tracking the encounter that broke out in Bahraich. We've picked up a visual. Let's quickly play it out.
नहीं भागना चाहिए, गलत काम कर रहे हो तुम, पुलिस के ऊपर हमला कर रहे हो। हम लोग देखो गलती नहीं करेंगे, अब कभी गलती नहीं करेंगे। क्यों गोली चला दी है पुलिस के ऊपर? सर हम लोग भागना चाह रहे थे कि फायर करके निकल गलत है ना, गलती वहाँ की। अपराध करो फिर दूसरी अपराध कर रहे हो। गलती हो गई सर। हम लोग प्यार से लेके आ रहे थे, इतना भरोसा नहीं था तुम लोगों पर, किस तरह करोगे? चलो गाड़ी घुमाओ, अरे गाड़ी घुमाइए जल्दी। वहीं रहेंगे, छुएंगे नहीं, बना रहिए, सुरक्षित करिए इसको। अब रही कहाँ है मेरे? यहाँ पे रहो, असला एक बार सुरक्षित करो, लेके आओ, चलो चलो, परेशान मत हो, कोई बात नहीं, चलो ठीक है, हम लोग ना भागो, कोई बात नहीं।
Let me go across to my colleague Anshul joining us with more details. Anshul, that's a dramatic post-encounter visual set that we've managed to access here only on CNN News 18. Tell us a little bit about what we see here, because very clearly the police, in conversation with the two accused who've been shot in the leg, and the two accused also seeking apology here.
Well, definitely this is a video that has been accessed by CNN News 18, which clearly states that right minutes after the operation had happened, the Uttar Pradesh police had made this entire video, which makes it abundantly clear that how these accused have also accepted on record that they were actually trying to flee from the spot by shooting at the police officers, and this is something that has now, in fact, the story that we were talking about, or the version of the Uttar Pradesh police or the DGP, has now been corroborated with evidence from the ground. This video has just come out, which clearly states that how these accused have actually agreed that they were trying to flee from the spot by shooting at the police officers, and the police officers, after a small encounter, were actually able to go ahead and arrest them and take them to the hospital. Now the further investigation will happen in this entire matter. One thing that the police will try to find out at this point in time, if at all this entire attack that happened, was this actually a pre-planned attack, or was this something that happened at the spur of the moment? This is something that the police will try to find out within the next few days itself. It remains to be seen what will eventually turn up in the investigation, but definitely a big success for the Uttar Pradesh police, and definitely the anger that was amongst the community on the ground, that will somewhere or the other subside. Finally, after 5 of the 6 identified accused have been arrested by the Uttar Pradesh police within 72 hours of the incident happening.
Okay, we need to closely look into these visuals that we've accessed, post-encounter dramatic visuals, Anshul, coming in, and we can clearly, listen to the audio here. The 2 accused who've been shot in the leg, limping, while they're being supported by the police personnel in the visuals, both of them also seeking apology and saying that we will not repeat this mistake again. Now, does that put an end to these speculations, especially the ones being raked by those in the opposition, that this is extrajudicial action?
Well, definitely, this is a very strong evidence that has come to the fore, where the accused who were shot at in the encounter, they themselves are accepting the fact that how they were actually trying to flee from the spot, and this entire incident happened at that point in time where the encounter had broken out. So definitely this is some clinching evidence from the side of the Uttar Pradesh police, where just moments ago the DGP of Uttar Pradesh had actually come on record and stated that how these people were arrested while they were trying to flee from the spot, and now this video coming in that actually corroborates his entire version with actual tangible evidence as well. So definitely this is a big piece of evidence that has come up from the side of Uttar Pradesh police. Now their focus, as I mentioned, will be on to find out if at all this entire incident where this attack happened, was this a pre-planned incident? Was this happened did it happen in an organized manner, or was it something that happened in the spur of the moment? This is something that will be investigated by the Uttar Pradesh police now, and this is something that we'll get answers to within the next few days itself.
Oh yes, these visuals most certainly support the police version so far. These are visuals from the encounter spot in Bahraich, and the accused here, the 2 accused shot in the leg, clearly seeking forgiveness from the police personnel, saying we will not repeat this mistake ever again. Let's quickly play out the audio of this visual once again.
भाई कहाँ है मेरे? यहाँ पे रहो, असला एक बात सुरक्षित करो, लेके आओ, चलो, परेशान मत हो, कोई बात नहीं, चलो, ठीक है, हाँ, हम लोग, ना भागो, कोई बात नहीं, नहीं भागना चाहिए, गलत काम कर रहे हो तुम, पुलिस के ऊपर हमला कर रहे हो, हम लोग देखो तो गलती नहीं करेंगे, कभी गलती नहीं करेंगे, क्यों गोली चला दी है पुलिस के ऊपर? सर हम लोग भागना चाह रहे थे कि फायर करके निकल जाएंगे, गलती वहाँ की, अपराध करो फिर दूसरी अपराध कर रहे हो, गलती हो गई सर, हम लोग प्यार से लेके आ रहे थे, इतना भरोसा नहीं था तुम लोगों पर कि इस तरह करोगे, चलो गाड़ी घुमाओ, अरे गाड़ी घुमाइए जल्दी।
Well, as the India-Canada ties continue to take a serious hit, Charanjit Singh Channi of the Congress has now made a statement and said, and I'm going to quote him here, that India and Canada enjoy very good relations. People from Punjab are living in Canada in a very large number. we enjoy good people-to-people ties also, so we should not spoil the relationship with Canada. Government should take steps to improve the bilateral ties. Agencies are involved in the rise of gangsters. In fact, he has touched upon the murder of Sidhu Moosewala and has went on to say that the murder of Sidhu Moosewala was completely political. We'll bring you more details with regards to the word and suggestion coming in from Indian National Congress and former Chief Minister of the state, Charanjit Singh Channi. But at this point of time, he has made some serious statements. He has said that India and Canada do enjoy very good relations, and a large number of people, the Indian community, do reside in Canada, specifically from Punjab. So we should go on and solve the issue at first, because we enjoy good people-to-people ties with Canada. We should not spoil the relationship going on with the Canada. Our government should also take steps to improve the bilateral ties between the two nations. In fact, he has said that agencies are involved in the rise of gangsters, and the murder of Sidhu Moosewala is completely political. Let's listen into what exactly, Congress's member Charanjit Singh Nijjar.
ਸਾਡਾ 9 ਮਾਸ ਦਾ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਸਾਡਾ ਹਰ ਦੂਸਰਾ ਚੌਥਾ ਘਰ ਸਾਡਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਕੁੜੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੈ। ਸਾਡੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈ, ਸਾਡਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਖਰਾਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ। ਸਾਡੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਧਾਰੇ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਲੋਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੱਜ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹੈ।
ਇੱਕ ਗੈਂਗਸਟਰ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ?
ਗੈਂਗਸਟਰ ਫਿਰ ਪੈਦਾ ਕੌਣ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ? ਇਹ ਨਾ ਪੈਦਾ ਕਰਨ। ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਬਿੱਲੀ ਥੈਲੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਏਜੰਸੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਇਨਵੋਲਵਮੈਂਟ ਹੈ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੂਸੇਵਾਲ ਦਾ ਕਤਲ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਰਾਜਨੀਤਿਕ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਹੋਰ ਅੱਗੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਸਮਝ ਆ।
CNN News 18 senior editor Pallavi Ghosh is joining us on the phone line. Pallavi, a very good morning to you. This is a very serious statement that Charanjit Singh Channi has made. First of all, he has also said that, Sidhu Moosewala's murder was extremely political, and you will get to know about it later in the days to come, of course. And he has spoken about how maximum number of Punjabi people are residing there in Canada. So Indian government should solve the issue at first.
Well, he's of course speaking from his constituency of Punjab. I mean, he's of course a member of parliament out there, and he's been chief minister of the state. See, not just lots of Sikhs who are settled in Canada, likewise a lot of money comes into Punjab by way of earnings of Indians who have settled down in Canada. If you go through Punjab, you will notice actually almost every third to fourth house has one person who's an NRI settled in Canada. So the contribution of the earnings of the state also comes in from a large number of Sikhs settled in Canada, and that is the reason why he's voicing this concern that if India-Canada relations and trade ties and employment gets further derailed, it's going to start hurting the people of Punjab, and especially those young people who may have settled in Canada to make their earning. And that's the stand which he has taken, very much in sync with that of the Congress party largely, but this is precisely the point which is likely to stoke a lot of controversy. India has taken a tough stand against Canada, saying that they are needlessly blaming India and also meddling in our internal affairs. When a member of parliament stands up and says that we need to improve relationships with Canada, it of course throws up a lot of contradictions. It also throws up a lot of controversy, where the BJP is certainly going to ask this question, is that where are your loyalties lying? Is it with India or is it with Canada?
And since you have
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned to CNN News 18. Let's quickly return to the big story we've been tracking from Bahraich in Uttar Pradesh, wherein CNN News 18 has accessed the first visuals of the two accused who were shot at in the encounter that broke out between the accused and the security personnel. And those are the visuals on your screens. This is from the encounter spot immediately after the police says it was forced to take an aim at the two accused who were attempting to flee. They were attempting to cross into Nepal. They wanted to cross the Nepal border. Also attacked the police personnel. That's where the police were forced to then retaliate. But let me go across to Anshul, my colleague, who continues to stay on with us. Visuals from the encounter spot. We're just going to put out another set of visuals coming in, so stay on with us, viewers. But Anshul, what do these images, these visuals tell us?
Well, definitely this actually narrates that how the Uttar Pradesh police carried out this entire encounter that transpired on the Indo-Nepal border, as these accused were taken to the location where they had claimed that they had hidden the weapons that were used in the commissioning of this entire crime, and it is at that location that they picked up a weapon and tried to flee from the spot. And this is something that has now been corroborated with evidences. Yes, questions will be raised at how this video was actually made, but it is now a mandate under the new BNSS, the new acts that have come to the fore. It is now a mandate that entire videographing of the spot of incident should happen, and that is the reason why this entire video was actually shot by the Uttar Pradesh police, because now this is a part of the investigation that is done by the security agencies. This is a mandate that has now been put forth, where the agency will have to record videos and also will have to record audios or whatever evidence that they can gather. All this digital evidence would now be considered evidence by the court eventually when the charge sheet will be filed by the police. So definitely this was something that was mandated by the law, and hence this entire video was actually shot by the Uttar Pradesh police. This video narrates that how these accused have now accepted the fact on record that they were actually trying to flee from the spot when this entire incident, when the entire encounter transpired. Also, somewhere or the other, vindicates the version that has been given from the side of the SP and the DGP of Uttar Pradesh, where they have narrated that how these accused were taken to the spot for identification of the location where they had hidden the weapons that were used to commission this entire crime, and these weapons were actually loaded and kept on that spot. And as soon as they reached over there, they took those weapons and fired at the police officers and tried to flee into Nepal, because that entire border between India and Nepal in the town of Bahraich is actually very, very porous. We out here at CNN News 18 have reported from the ground as well that how the border is very porous in the entire area.
And if you go by the audio here, Anshul, you can clearly hear the two accused in this case who are limping, walking with the support of the police personnel next to them, apologize to the cops and say, we will never commit this mistake again. Let's quickly play out the audio of this video.
सुरक्षित करिए इसको। अब भाई कहाँ है मेरे? यहाँ पे रहो, असला एक बार सुरक्षित करो, लेके आओ, चलो, चलो, परेशान मत हो, कोई बात नहीं, चलो, ठीक है, हम लोग, ना भागो, चलो। कोई बात नहीं। नहीं भागना चाहिए, गलत काम कर रहे हो तुम, पुलिस के ऊपर हमला कर रहे हो। हम लोग देखो तो गलती नहीं करेंगे, कभी गलती नहीं करेंगे। क्यों गोली चला दी है पुलिस के ऊपर? सर हम लोग भागना चाह रहे थे कि फायर करके निकल गलत है ना? गलती वहाँ की, अपराध करो फिर दूसरी अपराध कर रहे हो। गलती हो गई सर। हम लोग प्यार से लेके आ रहे थे, इतना भरोसा नहीं था तुम लोगों पर, किस तरह करोगे? चलो फिर गाड़ी घुमाओ। अरे गाड़ी घुमाइए जल्दी। नहीं सुना रही है, सुरक्षित करिए इसको। अब भाई कहाँ है मेरे? यहाँ पे रहो, असला एक बार सुरक्षित करो, लेके आओ, चलो, चलो, परेशान मत हो, कोई बात नहीं, चलो, ठीक है, हम लोग, ना भागो, चलो। कोई बात नहीं। नहीं भागना चाहिए, गलत काम कर रहे हो तुम, पुलिस के ऊपर हमला कर रहे हो। हम लोग देखो तो गलती नहीं करेंगे, कभी गलती नहीं करेंगे। क्यों गोली चला दी है पुलिस के ऊपर? सर हम लोग भागना चाह रहे थे कि फायर करके निकल गलत है ना? गलती वहाँ की, अपराध करो फिर दूसरी अपराध कर रहे हो। गलती हो गई सर। हम लोग प्यार से लेके आ रहे थे, इतना भरोसा नहीं था तुम लोगों पर, किस तरह करोगे? चलो फिर गाड़ी घुमाओ। अरे गाड़ी घुमाइए जल्दी।
So those are the latest visuals from the encounter spot. That's a story that's developing still. A lot of details trickling in. We will be right back on the other side of a very quick break. Keep watching.
brought to you by...
Well, as the India-Canada ties continue to take a serious hit, Charanjit Singh Channi of the Congress has now made a statement and said, and I'm going to quote him here, that India and Canada enjoy very good relations. People from Punjab are living in Canada in a very large number. We enjoy good people-to-people ties also, so we should not spoil the relationship with Canada. Government should take steps to improve the bilateral ties. Agencies are involved in the rise of gangsters. In fact, he has touched upon the murder of Sidhu Moosewala and has went on to say that the murder of Sidhu Moosewala was completely political. We'll bring you more details with regards to the word and suggestion coming in from Indian National Congress and former Chief Minister of the state, Charanjit Singh Channi. But at this point of time, he has made some serious statements. He has said that India and Canada do enjoy very good relations, and a large number of people, the Indian community, do reside in Canada, specifically from Punjab. So we should go on and solve the issue at first, because we enjoy good people-to-people ties with Canada. We should not spoil the relationship going on with the Canada. Our government should also take steps to improve the bilateral ties between the two nations. In fact, he has said that agencies are involved in the rise of gangsters, and the murder of Sidhu Moosewala is completely political. Let's listen into what exactly, Congress's member Charanjit Singh Channi.
ਸਾਡਾ 9 ਮਾਸ ਦਾ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਬਣ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਸਾਡਾ ਹਰ ਦੂਸਰਾ ਚੌਥਾ ਘਰ ਸਾਡਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਕੁੜੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੈ। ਸਾਡੇ ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈ, ਸਾਡਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਰਿਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਖਰਾਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ। ਸਾਡੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਧਾਰੇ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਰੋਜ਼ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਲੋਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੱਜ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹੈ।
ਇੱਕ ਗੈਂਗਸਟਰ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ?
ਗੈਂਗਸਟਰ ਫਿਰ ਪੈਦਾ ਕੌਣ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ? ਇਹ ਨਾ ਪੈਦਾ ਕਰਨ। ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਬਿੱਲੀ ਥੈਲੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਏਜੰਸੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਇਨਵੋਲਵਮੈਂਟ ਹੈ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮੂਸੇਵਾਲ ਦਾ ਕਤਲ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਰਾਜਨੀਤਿਕ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜੇ ਦਿਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਹੋਰ ਅੱਗੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਸਮਝ ਆ।
CNN News 18 senior editor Pallavi Ghosh is joining us on the phone line. Pallavi, a very good morning to you. This is a very serious statement that Charanjit Singh Channi has made. First of all, he has also said that, Sidhu Moosewala's murder was extremely political, and you will get to know about it later in the days to come, of course. And he has spoken about how maximum number of Punjabi people are residing there in Canada. So Indian government should solve the issue at first.
Well, he's of course speaking from his constituency of Punjab. I mean, he's of course a member of parliament out there, and he's been chief minister of the state. See, not just lots of Sikhs who are settled in Canada, likewise a lot of money comes into Punjab by way of earnings of Indians who have settled down in Canada. If you go through Punjab, you will notice actually almost every third to fourth house has one person who's an NRI settled in Canada. So the contribution of the earnings of the state also comes in from a large number of Sikhs settled in Canada, and that is the reason why he's voicing this concern that if India-Canada relations and trade ties and employment gets further derailed, it's going to start hurting the people of Punjab, and especially those young people who may have settled in Canada to make their earning. And that's the stand which he has taken, very much in sync with that of the Congress party largely, but this is precisely the point which is likely to stoke a lot of controversy. India has taken a tough stand against Canada, saying that they are needlessly blaming India and also meddling in our internal affairs. When a member of parliament stands up and says that we need to improve relationships with Canada, it of course throws up a lot of contradictions. It also throws up a lot of controversy, where the BJP is certainly going to ask this question, is that where are your loyalties lying? Is it with India or is it with Canada?
And since you have spoken about contradiction, Pallavi, please stay on with us. We have another statement coming in, this time around from Jairam Ramesh of Congress. He has also made a statement. He posted on his social media profile X, and I'm going to quote a couple of lines from that tweet here, that the Indian National Congress has already asked the Prime Minister to take the leaders of opposition in both the houses of Parliament and other political leaders into confidence on the serious charges levelled against the government of India by the USA and Canada. Allegations made by Canada are tarnishing India's global reputation and damaging brand India. Pallavi continues to stay on with us on the broadcast. Pallavi, we heard from Charanjit Singh Channi. He is asking to sit down and have a talk with Canada, but at the same time, Jairam Ramesh is saying that, take all the members.
Good evening. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Poonam Burde. A year ago, the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau stood up in his parliament and said that Canadian security agencies have been actively perusing credible allegations of a potential